In the neon heart of the Nevada desert, where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye, a new spectacle has emerged, one that's impossible to ignore. Rising from the sands, this structure looks less like a building and more like a visitor from another world. An audacious vision brought to life through cutting-edge technology and boundless ambition. The Las Vegas Sphere, wrapped in the world's largest LED screen, promised to redefine live entertainment, blending art, music, and technology in ways never before imagined. For a brief, electrifying moment, it delivered on that promise, captivating audiences, drawing global attention, and lighting up social media feeds with awe-inspiring images and viral videos. But just a year after its grand opening, the Sphere faces a new and unexpected threat, one that could bring this $2.3 billion gamble crashing down: financial collapse. The shockwaves began on Wall Street, when Sphere Entertainment, the parent company behind the venue, stunned investors by warning that MSG Networks, a core part of its business empire, was teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. How could a company responsible for such a technological marvel, a beacon of innovation, suddenly find itself in such dire financial straits? The answer lies in a dramatic clash between futuristic ambition and the harsh, unyielding realities of legacy media debt, a battle between the promise of tomorrow and the burdens of yesterday. Now, the Sphere's dazzling success story is being overshadowed by the crushing weight of its corporate siblings' decline, putting not just the venue, but the entire company, and its iconic landmark, at risk of unraveling. The question facing Las Vegas and the world is no longer just, what will the Sphere do next, but a far more urgent one. Will the Sphere survive this crisis, or become another cautionary tale? The fate of this grand experiment, and the future of live entertainment, now hangs in the balance, as the world watches and waits. To understand today's crisis, you have to start in New York City, with Madison Square Garden and the Dolan family. At the helm is James Dolan, known for bold, sometimes controversial moves, and a belief in the power of live entertainment. The Sphere was his ultimate gamble, a venue so advanced it would make every other arena obsolete. The concept was simple yet audacious, a perfect sphere transporting audiences through cutting-edge technology. Costs soared to $2.3 billion, justified by hopes of explosive new revenue and Dolan's legacy as a visionary. Meanwhile, MSG Networks, once a cable TV cash cow, was quietly eroding as streaming and cord-cutting upended the old model. The company was split, one half racing toward a high-tech future, the other anchored to a declining past. The Sphere's future was always tied to the fortunes of MSG Networks, a precarious balance that set the stage for today's reckoning. The first signs of real trouble emerged in March 2025, when Sphere Entertainment's quarterly results revealed a $126 million net loss. The company's stock plummeted, losing over 35% in a month. The Sphere itself was drawing crowds and revenue, but still posted a $108 million operating loss, expected for a new mega venue. The real problem was MSG Networks, whose revenue dropped 5% and whose debt, over $800 million, became unmanageable. Unable to pay, the company entered tense negotiations with lenders, securing only short-term extensions. Each forbearance deal was a temporary reprieve, not a solution. By March 2025, Sphere Entertainment admitted that without another extension or refinancing, bankruptcy for MSG Networks was probable. The word bankruptcy was now officially on the table, a fundamental threat to a pillar of the Madison Square Garden empire. This wasn't just a bad quarter, it was an existential crisis. The company's future now depended on surviving a financial abyss. As the March 26, 2025 deadline loomed, Sphere Entertainment and its lenders played a high-stakes game of financial chicken. The company's public bankruptcy warning was both a plea for a deal and a threat of chaos if one failed. Investors and employees watched the stock swing wildly, with every rumor. The debt was ring-fenced to MSG Networks, theoretically protecting the Sphere and other assets, but a bankruptcy would still create damaging headlines, legal chaos, and operational distractions. Another temporary forbearance was reached, but the underlying problem remained. Sphere Entertainment was trapped in a cycle of crisis management, lurching from one deadline to the next. The game of nerves was far from over. MSG Network's crisis is part of a much larger collapse in the traditional media landscape. Regional sports networks once thrived on cable fees, but cord cutting has decimated their business model. As millions canceled cable, RSNs lost subscribers and revenue, while sports rights costs kept rising. MSG Networks faced additional blows, like a 2-month blackout for Optimum subscribers and threats from new NBA media deals. The result: shrinking revenue, mounting debt, and a business model melting away faster than it could adapt. The debt that once seemed manageable became a crushing burden. The Sphere's fate was now tied to an industry in freefall. The unseen force of industry change turned a corporate risk into a potential catastrophe. The turmoil at Sphere Entertainment ripples far beyond Wall Street. In Las Vegas, the Sphere is a centerpiece of the city's new identity, supporting thousands of jobs and local businesses. A crisis at the parent company clouds the economic engine the Sphere was meant to be. Investors, lured by the venue's promise, were blindsided by legacy media problems, and the stock's collapse shook confidence in the company's leadership. Sports fans, especially Knicks and Rangers followers, now face uncertainty over how and where they'll watch their teams. The Sphere's instability is a warning to the entire entertainment industry. Even the boldest innovations are vulnerable to old-fashioned financial problems. Future mega-projects may now face tougher scrutiny from investors. The Sphere's story is a cautionary tale for anyone dreaming big in entertainment. Experts agree the Las Vegas Sphere isn't in immediate danger of closing, thanks to legal protections that keep it insulated from MSG Network's mounting debt. The Sphere was structured as a separate entity, which means creditors can't simply seize it if the parent company falters. This legal firewall gives the venue a fighting chance, even as its corporate sibling faces mounting financial woes. But the risk of contagion is real. A bankruptcy in the corporate family tarnishes the brand and creates instability. Even if the Sphere is technically protected, the shadow of bankruptcy can spook partners, artists, and fans alike. The uncertainty can ripple through every aspect of the business, from ticket sales to sponsorship deals. The parent company will be distracted by bankruptcy proceedings, and a battered stock price could make it harder to attract artists, sponsors, and new investment. Investors may hesitate to commit, and top-tier performers might look elsewhere, worried about the venue's long-term stability. The Sphere's ambitious programming could be at risk if confidence continues to erode. The most likely outcome is that MSG Networks undergoes Chapter 11 restructuring, possibly changing hands or being sold off to new owners. This process could take months or even years, and will be closely watched by everyone with a stake in the Sphere's future. This would be painful for Dolan and Sphere Entertainment, but could allow the company to refocus on its core asset, the Sphere itself. Freed from the distractions of a struggling parent, management could double down on making the venue a must-visit destination. The venue's long-term survival depends on becoming consistently profitable and restoring investor confidence. That means not just filling seats, but also building a reputation for unforgettable experiences and financial reliability. The Sphere must prove it's more than a novelty. It needs blockbuster residencies and major events to justify its $2.3 billion price tag. Only by attracting the world's biggest acts and delivering on its technological promise can it secure its place in the entertainment landscape. The next 18 to 24 months are critical. This window will determine whether the Sphere can transition from a high-profile experiment to a sustainable business. The Sphere's future now hinges on its ability to stand alone, independent of its troubled sibling. It must chart its own course, weathering the storm and proving its value to both audiences and investors. The world is watching to see if it can deliver, and whether Las Vegas's boldest venue can truly shine on its own. Even as it faces crisis at home, Sphere Entertainment is pushing ahead with global ambitions. Plans are underway for a second Sphere in Abu Dhabi, funded by the local government, a smarter, less risky model than the Las Vegas build. This partnership allows the company to expand its brand without taking on massive new debt. At the same time, Dolan's team is developing smaller, Sphere-light venues for markets that can't support a mega venue. This dual strategy, big, externally funded projects and nimble, scalable venues, reflects lessons learned from the Las Vegas experience. The company is trying to balance world-changing innovation with financial reality. The ambition remains, but the approach is now more pragmatic. The story of the Spheres is one of adaptation in real time. The Las Vegas Sphere saga is more than just a business story. It's a bold experiment at the crossroads of technology, art, and commerce, unfolding in the heart of a city built on spectacle and risk. It's a defining moment for the future of entertainment, where the stakes are higher than ever, and the outcome could reshape how we experience live events. The Sphere asks a crucial question. In a world overflowing with digital distractions and endless streaming options, will people still crave and pay for those unforgettable communal moments that only live entertainment can deliver? The Sphere's early success suggests the answer is yes, as audiences flock to be part of something bigger than themselves, drawn by the promise of immersive, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. But behind the scenes, its parent company's financial crisis is a stark reminder of how fragile and volatile these ambitious business models can be, even when the crowds are cheering. MSG Network's troubles mark the end of an era dominated by traditional media, as the industry pivots toward new forms of engagement and revenue. Now the future belongs to those who can create unique, must-see experiences, blending technology, storytelling, and spectacle in ways never seen before. The Sphere and MSG Network stand as powerful symbols of the industry's past and its rapidly evolving future, each representing a different vision of what entertainment can be. Both are locked in a high-stakes struggle within a single company, their fates intertwined as they navigate uncharted territory. If Sphere Entertainment can finally shed its media burden and embrace innovation, it could set the stage for a new kind of entertainment empire, one built for the digital age. The Sphere itself could become the foundation for this bold new vision, a beacon for what's possible when creativity and technology collide. The glowing orb in the desert was built to show us the future, an audacious promise of what entertainment could become. But now, it's also teaching us the true cost of getting there, both in dollars and in dreams. The final act of this high-stakes drama is still unwritten, with every decision shaping the next chapter in entertainment history. And as the world watches, one question remains. Will the show go on? Or is this the end of the spectacle as we know it?